Hello and welcome to Sensational South. I'm Harish Upadhyay. Over the next 30 minutes, we bring you all the major news and newsmakers from South India. Our top story today comes from Karnataka, where despite objections from the opposition, the Karnataka Council passed the crucial anti-conversion bill. It leaves more questions than answers. Will it stand judicial scrutiny? We'll debate that, but first the story.
Several aspects of the bill have been flagged off by legal experts and opposition as problematic and tenable if challenged in the court of law. They say the bill interferes with an individual's right to marry a partner from a different faith and to choose to convert from one's religion for that purpose. Apart from that, it also tests the limits to which the state can interfere in the personal affairs of an individual. The law enables any person to raise a suspicion of forced conversion and lodge a complaint. The person who is converting and the person initiating the conversion are supposed to inform the district magistrate. The DM should be informed within 30 days of conversion. They also must appear before the DM to confirm their identity. The conversion stands null and void if the DM is not informed. The burden of proof as to whether a religious conversion was not effected through any force or allurement lies on the person who has caused the conversion. Passing the bill has triggered a war of words between the BJP and opposition in Karnataka.
हर गांव में प्रलोभन करके झूठ बोल करके कन्वर्शन करने का एक माफिया के जैसे काम हो रहा है उसका रोकने की जरूरत है.
I think there are a lot of people who are already going to the court on these issues. Gujarat, the Himachal Pradesh, things have already been questioned. There's a clear violation of privacy here, and there's also, more importantly, there's a clear violation of Article 25 as well.
Now the Christian community in Karnataka is preparing to challenge the bill in totality, and there are enough indications that it will end up in a legal tangle.
Well, there are at least three aspects of this bill which will be questioned in the court, and it will be a heated argument there. There are questions on whether it will stand legal scrutiny. To debate this, we have an eminent panel joining us today. We have Vivek Reddy from the BJP. We also have Vinay Srinivasa, who's an advocate from Bengaluru, and Professor Chambi Puranik, who's a political analyst. I'll come to you, Vinay, first. Why do you believe that this particular bill might not stand judicial scrutiny if someone approaches the court?
Harish, before we even discuss the fact that whether this bill will pass legal scrutiny, the first aspect to be judged for any law is, was there a necessity for a new law? What is it about this law that could not be covered by already existing sections in the Indian Penal Code? And the government has really not done anything sufficient to prove that, or already existing laws, Karnataka's existing laws on anti-conversion, the government has not done anything to show that new law was even required. That said, going forward, there are several aspects of this law which are very problematic. Right? This goes against the basic tenets of criminal law. According to this law, if you're accused of conversion, it is up to you to prove your innocence. Normally that's not how it works, right? According to the Indian Evidence Act, Section 103, if somebody wishes to tell the court about a particular fact, it is their duty to convince the court, right? So if I'm saying that somebody is accused of crime, then the state has to prove that this crime has happened. But whereas this law actually reverses it. Secondly, when Article 25 clearly talks about the right to practice, profess and propagate your religion, this goes against it, right? And the kind of law which Karnataka has brought about is shocking. It's even more draconian than the Uttar Pradesh law. So if you have to convert, you have to inform the district magistrate, you have to put up a notice, you have to inform them 30 days in advance. They're going to conduct an inquiry, and that inquiry report is going to be shared with different government officials. They have to clear that report. And, even post the conversion, there has to be communication. All of this is completely unwarranted, and it completely goes against stated constitutional principles, which have been upheld by the Supreme Court over the years. Then again, the other problem with this law is in the definition section, right? Words like allurement are defined so broadly that there are many institutions, which even Christian institutions which run schools, right? I myself studied in a Christian institution. Now, the way this law has been worded, even if somebody offers education, that itself is going to be criminalized. If somebody offers any kind of charitable purpose, that itself is going to be criminalized. Right? These are all the very fundamental.
So you believe there is enough room for someone to misuse this?
this law has been made for misuse. And if you see the run-up to this,
Okay, I'll take that to Vivek Reddy.
Yeah.
I'll take that to Vivek Reddy. Vivek, you're not just a BJP spokesperson, you're also an eminent lawyer from the city. Do you believe that this law will stand legal scrutiny? Someone approaches the Karnataka High Court, or is it just Karnataka government playing it to the gallery by bringing in a bill like this?
Well, it will absolutely stand legal scrutiny. I don't know why my friend feels hesitant about it. See, conversion does not mean that it is a free for all. It doesn't mean that there could be outside influences exerted to initiate conversion. Here, the freedom of religion, the true purport and spirit of freedom of religion under Article 25 is significant. The real meaning of that freedom is that freedom of religion, that freedom that is contemplated by the Constitution, should be freedom without any coercion, undue influence, or any sort of a temptation or inducement. I think these are aspects of undue influence, which today have become a big challenge in the issues pertaining to conversion. And I don't know why my friend feels
But
that...
Vivek,
there should
there's
not
one
be-
aspect
where was
of the
the
law.
necessity? Yeah, where was the
One aspect
necessity?
of the law that I want to highlight here is it gives everyone, enables everyone to complain. It could not just be my blood relative, but could be my colleague, my neighbor, my friend. Anybody could go and complain. It probably enables vigilante groups or even anyone who has a grudge against somebody to misuse this law. That's the fear here. And the
Well,
definition is so vague.
Do you know one thing, Harish? There are 514 sections in IPC. It permits anybody to file a complaint in all the 514 sections. There is nothing to prevent anybody from filing a complaint. Does that mean to say that because of that vulnerability, conversions can go on continuously?